Hello. How are you? How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Hello everyone, how are you today? So, today we are reacting to another Gabbie Hanna video. You excited? Mm-hmm. I heard we might be crying in this. Say doesn't show emotion, so he won't be crying.
I won't be crying.
I might be crying because I'm emotional, I guess. But if you haven't seen our last reaction video to Gabbie Hanna's video, Finally Telling the Truth, that's gonna be at the end of the video. And if you haven't seen our reaction video to Fresh Sun's Bloom, because it's beautiful, check that out. Yes, it's absolutely amazing.
Video. And that's pretty much it. Just gonna jump right into this because it's 20 minutes long.
Gabbie Hanna, can't wait for your new music. We need to do a carpool karaoke because that'd be amazing.
And we need the merch.
Yes. Oh, it's gonna hurt. If I start crying,
don't.
I'm gonna be done.
I actually did. Whoa.
We're gonna have to stop the video. I'll have to walk out.
Welcome back! I am so excited to share this story. This is so bonkers.com. You guys know that I've had a lot of ghostly experiences. You also probably know that I have a medium who reaches out to me sometimes ever since my great grandma died and gives me really cryptic yet very specific messages that always come true. I told one story about that completely in its entirety. I'll link that down below. And then when it came to my pathological liar ex-boyfriend that I've been talking about way too much recently, sorry, but it's good content. She had reached out to me when I first met him, before I told anybody about him, like first started dating him, and gave me a message about him that became very true. In case you didn't catch that because I didn't tell full story time about it, the warning that she sent to me as I was barely dating this guy was, "Hi Gabbie, are you dating someone or considering dating someone? If so, please make your grandma happy and have him checked out so that you know for sure who he is, what his intentions are, etc. She wants to make sure no one tries to get close to you due to you being a celebrity and that the person is interested in you as the person and not the celebrity. Love you." And then she said, "I heard your grandma telling me what I wrote to you. She just wants you to be cautious about any new relationship because she doesn't want anyone to take advantage of you. She's proud of you and is happy that you are living your dream and wants to make sure that you only let those who are truly interested in you as a person and not you, the celebrity. I love you." So my grandma had warned me about this guy, and then those warnings came true in a way that the person that I was dating was really interested in showing me off, bragging about me, posting pictures of me publicly, but wasn't really interested in the relationship, and then ended up taking advantage of me and manipulating me. We know the story. If you haven't, it'll be linked down below. So I have a lot of faith in this medium, but the amount of specificity in the messages that she recently sent me, again, bonkers. All right, so let me start at the beginning. It sounds like it's not gonna matter, but it matters so much. So you guys have probably seen me in a leather jacket a lot. It's my only jacket that I wear all the time. It's by Skins, and that company and I were emailing, and I told them I love their jackets, and they said, "Oh cool, we'd love to send you one. Pick one out from the website." This is not sponsored, by the way, but I was looking through the website and I liked a lot of the jackets, and I was having a really hard time picking which one I liked best. So the company emails me again, and they were like, "Hey, we didn't get an email back from you about which jacket you liked. Were you still interested in us sending you a jacket?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I just liked so many of them that I haven't had time to sit through and pick one yet. These are my favorite two. You guys decide whatever you want to send me." So I sent them a link to a black one that looks very similar to the one that I have, only it has aeration holes in it, and then the other one was a bright red one, which I liked just because I didn't have anything like that in my closet yet. I'm thinking, you know, I already have a black leather jacket, maybe I should get the red one just so I have some diversity in my closet. This sounds like it doesn't matter, but it does because I get this message from this medium, and this is very shortly after I send the email saying I don't know if I want the black one or the red one. But she reaches out to me and she says, "By any chance, is this the guy that grandma warned you about?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "I thought so, but needed to make sure because as I watched it, I heard her saying, 'I am so glad you have gotten him out of your system.' I told her that he was a loser and a fame chaser." And she said, "She's quite proud of you. I am proud of you too." But then she says, "Do you have a red leather or shiny type of jacket?" And I said, "Please tell me why." What? The medium responds, "She says that she doesn't really like it, but that you can make anything look good. She said that it looks cheap." Now, I understand maybe as a listener why you're just like, okay, this is random and doesn't mean anything. The fact that I just sent an email to a company with a red leather jacket and a black leather jacket and said, I don't know which one I like more. This to me is telling me which one to get. So I said I was going to get one. A brand in Europe asked me which one I liked, and I sent a link to a red one. So she says she doesn't like you wearing things like that because she raised you better. She said she knows you value yourself at a higher standard, but you are beautiful and intelligent and can make anything, even that jacket, look good. So I'm I'm laughing just because,
That's great.
first of all, my grandma was such a fashion icon. Like, I did a whole video where I wore only my great-grandma's clothes for a week. I'll link it down below. But she loved fashion so much because she was
So if she's
raised
telling you
by
not to get that
when
jacket,
she
don't get
got
that
money,
jacket.
She just loved clothes. So I just love the fact that my grandma's giving me fashion advice. She knows how much I loved raiding her in my aunt's closets. But then she goes, she's mentioning a candle that's an off-white color. I said, I have many off-white candles. She says, it has a distinct smell and it is about 4 inches wide and tall, which is a really, really weird way to describe a candle, right? 4 inches wide and tall, because most candles are cylindrical. She says it smells like ginger and mandarin and mint. I said, that doesn't ring a bell. She says for you to know that when you light it and censor around, not to second guess yourself. She says that it's considered a designer candle. And that's when it hit me. I have one designer candle. I've never lit it. It has a wooden long wick. I don't know what smell it is, but if I smell it hard enough, I can tell myself it's ginger, mandarin, and mint because I don't know what smell it is. But either way, I have one designer candle and it's a square and it's 4 by 4. I measured it. Well, it's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, but still,
it's the same thing.
She's a ghost. Give her a break. And again, that is a specific way to describe a candle, 4 by 4, because most candles are round and it's off-white and it's designer and it's not lit. Bonkers! So I said, you know, I think it's this candle. I've had it for years and I've never lit it because it's so pretty. And she said, well, when you do light it and sense her around, know that she's there with you. So I said, you're extra psychic today. Then she just said really random conversational stuff. Here's where you're going to throw up in your mouth. My friend Matt Stefanina, who I dance with and we've been friends for years. We actually have a video coming out. Matt and I are pretty good friends and we text fairly often, but not all day, every day. And I definitely don't post him everywhere very often. The last time I posted with him was weeks ago. So Matt texts me. She said, she is smiling. Who is Matt? Let me look at the timestamps on this. That was minutes apart from when Matt texted me. She messaged me and said, who is Matt? So I said, one of my best friends who just texted me, and she said, she likes Matt. She wants you to know that she really likes Matt, and she just winked. So I know a lot of you in the comments ship me and Matt all the time, and just so you know, so does my dead great-grandmother. And I said, haha, I really like Matt too, but we're just friends. And she said, well, now you know that she likes him too. So then I pick up my phone and I call Matt because I wanted to tell him because I thought it was funny, but he didn't answer. And she says that she would tell you to let him know that she likes him, but he would be freaked out.
A bit.
Matt to tell him, and then my grandma says to this medium, I tell you to tell him, but he's gonna be freaked out. So now the medium tells me, she says that whenever you do wear the jacket, pose in it and take photos and know that she will be there with you. And I was just like, that's so awesome. And she says that you both needed this conversation today, and she is smiling. That part like tears me up a little bit. I don't wanna cry. I'm gonna cry, hold on. Okay, we're not messing up our makeup today.
You're doing good.
So I said, me too. And then the medium said, she says that she checks up on the babies, but thinks Monica gets uneasy when she's there. So Monica's my sister who has 2 daughters. And she says that Asher smiles when she visits him and that the girls play with her. Asher is the baby that my other sister just had. So I said, I wonder if Monica notices when my grandma's there. And the medium said, she says that she believes that Monica senses when she's around, but that the spirit/ghosts freak her out, whereas you're comfortable and chill and take it in style. And I said, depends on the ghost, I guess. And then she said, to celebrate your, oh my god! She says to celebrate your recent accomplishment with Matt and drink an iced tea for her. She said that she was young once and she is laughing. Oh my god, I didn't even think about this. This weekend, I'm throwing a really kind of like intimate dinner and drinks with my closest friends, my producers, the choreographer, the people who helped me on my music and my music video, just the people that in this time of my life really inspire me or encourage me or uplift me. And of course, I invited Matt because he's one of my very good friends. I am celebrating my recent accomplishment with Matt. Anyway, then she says, this is where it started getting
something's
so
being
spooky.
printed.
Oh my god. Who are Alice and Anne? And I said Alina and Annalise. And okay, the way I understand that mediums work, it's not always exact because obviously you're communicating with something that's not a person to person. So sometimes the sounds, the facts, whatever it is, get a little muddy. So like if your name is Jack, they might say Jake. It's things like that. But Alice and Anne, this was, I think, the day. Was it the day? Yeah, this was the day my song and my music video came out. Oh my god, that means so much more to me that this was like that day. Okay. The day my music video came out, my producers, if you look, they are a team called Liar, and their names are Alina and Annalise. So like Alice and Anne. So again, I'm just so shook at this point. The jacket, the message about Matt,
the candle,
calling out my producers on the day that I put out my new music, and I didn't put their names anywhere unless you went into my description box, found Liar, typed it into Google, and I've done it, and their names don't come up. Like, you have to dig. This is the part that like really hit me. I mean, a lot of this was really hitting me, but this part, she said, please tell the, I'm not gonna say her last name for her privacy, but this girl's like my best friend. She's known me for years. She is by my side always, no matter what, through everything, stands by me, supports me whether she agrees with my decisions or not. Again, uplifts, empowers, like she's everything to me. Her mother died a couple years ago, and she's still grieving that loss, and she's very sensitive and in touch with the universe, and she gets messages from her mother a lot in different ways. But out of nowhere, this medium says, please tell the blank girl that your grandma says that her mom is doing great and sends her love, and that she is proud of the life she has made for herself. Oh my god. Pause again.
Aww.
Wow. Two things about this. One, they're not like how would she know that? I don't talk about that on my social media anywhere.
Right.
So I don't know how she would know anything to do with my friend and her grieving and her mother or anything like that. And second thing to note is she spelled it wrong. Mediums don't usually tend to see words, but they're hearing it. So it's spelled phonetically right, as if she heard the name, but not the way that it's actually spelled. So like, to me, if this was her lurking on social media and somehow finding connection to connection and then finding this person, the name would be spelled correctly.
Right. Yeah.
So I said she's my friend and will be extremely happy to hear that. So then I called my friend and I told her what this medium said right away, like while I'm still talking to the medium, because I knew I had to give that message to her because I knew how much it would mean to her. And she said, oh my god, Gabby, I've been missing my mom so much this past week. I've been just imagining that I could speak to her again, that I could hear from her, and I've been hoping for some type of message, and like this came at a time that I really, really needed it. I have goosies all over my body. So emotional. So then she said, do you wear glasses? These are my blue light glasses. I just got them pretty recently. So she said, Grandma is mentioning glasses and says that when you wear them, you look like Maxine. So Maxine was the name that I was almost Max. My mom loved the name and my dad hated it. So I was not Maxine. This is now my alter ego, Maxine. She's now going and says she will visit you soon, and she says to wrap your arms around yourself really tight and know that it's a hug from her. And I did, which is like embarrassing to admit, but I literally just hugged myself. And I mean, I'm sure a lot of this was in my head, but I swear it felt like I was like hugging her. It was so crazy. Emotion. So then she said, she's now going and she says to tell you that that girl that I was just telling you about is a true friend. Aww. Yo, okay. Anyways, oh god. I actually didn't imagine I'd get so emotional reading this back again, because this is the first time I'm reading it since it happened. And when it happened, I think I was like so like excited, and like it was so cool that, and I was so overwhelmed by it that I was more so like, this is crazy, this is crazy. And now that I'm looking back and really reflecting on the messages, they just like mean a lot more to me. So this past year, I've learned a lot of lessons about like what a genuine friend is. And when you're in social media or Hollywood or entertainment, or if you have something to offer people, you find that a lot of relationships aren't always sincere or genuine. And if you're not giving them
they want something
like if they're not benefiting financially from your relationship, then the relationship doesn't matter. Things like that. And this year I've been so blessed with so many amazing people in my life who have really shown me what true friendship is, and I'm just so happy to be so surrounded with such amazing people. But not long ago in therapy, I was talking about, because of some experiences that I've had, sometimes I question the relationships that I have because, God, I'm having such a hard time
Which
wording
makes
this.
sense.
It's just hard to know who's sincere, and I've kind of been duped in the past throughout my life. So now, as an adult with experience, even somebody who seems really genuine and sincere, sometimes you have that thing in the back of your head that's like,
true?
Is this person my friend, or do they just care about clout, whatever. Anyways, so she says she wants you to know that she's a true friend, and that was kind of like, to me, even though I know that about this girl, that was her verifying that for me, to silence any doubt that I would ever have in a moment about it. And I just thought that was like
perfect.
Anyway, wow. I did really not expect to get that emotional over that. Anyways, so I said, I think she is too. She's probably the truest in my life. Tell her thanks for looking out for me. And she says the both of you could benefit from a hug from each other. So she said that she was leaving. She said she's going to go now, but this is my last message. But then we say goodbye. She sends a heart, and then she messages me again. And she said, do you have a piece of pink satiny ribbon? If so, wrap it around the candle when you light it. She said that as she left. And I said, I'm sure I have some, I will. And that didn't strike me as anything, because it turns out pink is my grandma's favorite color. I called my sister afterwards, and that's still part of the story. So I just figured it was her saying, like, symbolically, this is me around this candle. Yeah. But it was specific in the way that she said pink satiny. So I call my sister, and I'm telling her this story. And I told her the part that she said about Monica feeling uneasy when she's around. And she was like, well, yeah, there have been quite a few times since Grandma died that I feel her presence so strong that it doesn't even feel like a ghost. It feels like she is in the room, in the flesh, sitting. And I get really nervous and uncomfortable because it's so overwhelming, as if she's alive and here. And that's the part where she was saying she thinks Monica gets uneasy when she's there. Monica senses when she's around, but that it freaks her out. And Monica was like, wow, like, so weird. So I was trying to figure the thing out about the pink satin ribbon with my sister, and she was like, well, pink was Grandma's favorite color. I remember she had a vase full of pink beads, and one time I commented on them, and she told me that she had painted each bead with her favorite pink nail polish so that they would be her favorite shade of pink. And as we're talking about this story, I'm standing by my closet, and I pull out my great-grandma's dress. This is one of the items that I took out of her closet that my aunts and my grandma kept for me for so long until I could come home and get it. Everybody loves me in this dress. Everybody says I'm so beautiful in this dress, and I love this dress so much. And around the waist of this dress, there is a pink satin ribbon. Something as specific as the pink satin that's tied around it. And she said to tie it around the candle, so here it is, and here it will stay until I wear the dress, of course. I still haven't lit the candle. And now I feel like I'm gonna wait even longer to light the candle, because now it's like special, and I feel like I want to save it for when I really need that energy, and part of me is really nervous about it. So I'm just gonna keep it like this for a while, and when I'm ready to light it, I will light it. And you're
gonna have to let us know what happens.
So the story's not over yet. I ended up emailing that jacket company. To make my grandma happy, I went with
the black one.
The black one, because I wanted to be classy.
That's a nice fucking jacket.
Like she wanted. So Grandma, this one's for you.
That's a nice jacket.
This one is for me.
I like that though.
I look good in it. I honestly think my grandma would really like it. I think when she saw me in person, she'd say, you can pull that off. So I just needed this red one. Because
I like that.
Even though she likes the black one, whenever I wear this one, it just makes me feel close to her. Like closer to her than when I'm actually like wearing her clothes.
Yeah. Aww.
So, thank you Bodaskins, not sponsored, but for prompting an unearthly conversation with my grandma that was filled with a lot of messages that really meant a lot to me, and answered a lot of questions and silenced a lot of doubts, and let me know that there's a lot of people in my life who really love me and care about me, and that I'm on the right path and in the right direction, and everything's gonna be great. Anyways guys, I know that stuff like this usually gets a lot of hate, like medium stuff, and when people talk about mediums, they see it as somebody who's preying on the emotions of vulnerable people. That's not what this is. This is somebody who's known me my whole life. She doesn't get money from me. She doesn't get anything from me. She just reaches out to me randomly when she gets a message. And she's never done that for me until my great-grandma died. So believe it if you want, don't believe it if you don't. To me, that was a really powerful experience, because there's no games, there's no motive. This isn't her job. She's not a medium for a living. And there's certain things about the way mediums work. The reason that they say little facts that don't matter, like, you know, this jacket or this candle or these names, whatever it is, it's for you to have that validation of this is this person. This isn't just someone giving me a fake message. They're proving to you that this person knows you and knows your life. You can say that's all coincidence. You can say that's all happy guessing, but to me, that's a lot of happy guessing blessing and coincidences in a row. So I'm very grateful for that experience. Anyways, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not. Make sure to check out the other videos where I talk about this medium. Link down below. This is this week's showstopper of the week.
Why is it
Thanks
not
for
me?
watching. As always, I love you very much. Thanks for being a part of my family. Make sure to download and stream my new music on iTunes and Spotify now. I'll see you next time.
So good, as always.
Oh my
Amazing.
god. I don't know why people think medium and stuff like that aren't really anything.
I mean, we've been to what?
I know one of my friends, or
Yeah.
one of our friends is a medium,
Yeah.
so, and I trust her.
Yeah.
So I'm like, listening to this and watching this is just, I get it.
I mean, granted, there are those some people
We've
that
been to some in like more in
like trashy ones. That,
Yeah,
like,
and like
they're there to just using
get
bullshit.
money.
Yes, exactly.
We've been to that one, and that one was shit.
Yeah.
But there are people out there who actually have these
Abilities.
feelings and stuff like that. So
Anything else you want to tell them? Anything goes?
there'll be a new one
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. And hopefully a new one on Thursday as well.
Hopefully we're working on that
Yeah.
one.
One has to do with some merch.
Yeah, Tuesdays.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe.
Share with your friends.
Leave ourselves. Bye. Gabbie, we love you.
Gabbie Hanna, you're fucking amazing. We love you so much. Bye. Bye.